There was a time when humans may have come dangerously close to disappearing. Not one city, not one country, the entire human story. Today, humans are everywhere. We build cities, cross oceans, fly above clouds, and send machines into space, but for most of our history, humans were not powerful. We were small, scattered, vulnerable. Our ancestors lived in a world that did not care if they survived. Cold nights, dangerous animals, hunger, disease, injuries, no hospitals, no supermarkets, no rescue, only the group, the fire, the tools, and the hope of surviving one more day. So the question is simple. Did humans almost go extinct? The answer is not simple, but the possibility is real. Scientists believe our ancestors may have passed through population bottlenecks. A bottleneck happens when a population becomes much smaller than before. Not gone, but dangerously reduced. Imagine people trying to pass through a narrow doorway. Only a small number make it through, and everyone who comes later descends mostly from those survivors. That is why bottlenecks matter. They shape the future. One famous idea is connected to Toba, a giant volcanic eruption around 74,000 years ago. Some scientists once suggested it may have caused a volcanic winter and made survival much harder. For years, people wondered if Toba nearly wiped out humanity. But science is rarely that simple. The Toba theory is debated. Some evidence suggests humans survived after the eruption. So Toba may not have been the one disaster that almost ended humanity. The truth was probably more complicated. Human survival was threatened by many pressures over time: climate shifts, food shortages, small populations, isolation, disease, and bad luck. There is also another possible bottleneck much earlier in human history. Some research suggests that around 900,000 years ago, ancient human ancestors may have gone through a severe population decline. The breeding population may have become very small, possibly only a few thousand individuals. If this is correct, then our ancestors were once living dangerously close to extinction. The future of humanity may have depended on a population smaller than a modern town. Every future city, every language, every song, every invention, every generation, all of it may have depended on a tiny number of survivors. But we have to be careful. This research is also debated. Studying events from hundreds of thousands of years ago is difficult. We do not have photographs. We do not have written records. We have fossils, DNA, tools, climate evidence, and scientific models. So we cannot say exactly how close humans came to disappearing. But we can say this: human survival was not guaranteed. There were moments in our ancient past when populations may have been small enough that extinction was possible, not like a movie where everything ends in 1 second, but in the slow way species disappear. A group fails here, another disappears there. Food becomes scarce. Children do not survive. The climate changes, numbers shrink, and slowly a species moves closer to silence. And yet somehow some survived. They survived without knowing they were carrying the future of humanity. They did not know about cities, airplanes, science, or space. They were not trying to save the human species. They were just trying to keep their children alive, trying to find water, trying to keep warm, trying to protect each other, trying to make it to tomorrow. Humanity survived because ordinary ancient people survived ordinary dangers. Someone found food. Someone kept a fire alive. Someone protected a child. Someone refused to give up. Over generations, these small acts became the thin line between a future with humans and a future without us. Humans were not the strongest animals. A lone human was weak, but a group of humans was different. A group could hunt together, defend together, share food, share warnings, share skills. This may be one reason our ancestors survived: cooperation, memory, language, adaptability. Still, survival was never guaranteed. Many human relatives disappeared. Neanderthals disappeared. Denisovans disappeared. Other ancient human species disappeared. Today, only Homo sapiens remain. We are the last surviving human species. So did humans almost go extinct? Maybe not in the movie version, maybe not from one single disaster. But for most of our ancient past, humanity was fragile. Our future depended on small groups of survivors. They were just trying to survive. And because they did, we are here. So next time you see a city, remember this: humanity was not always huge. Humanity was not always safe. Humanity was not always certain. There was a time when our future balanced on a thin line. And the only reason the human story continued is because someone, somewhere, survived.